I'm live. I am live. Yes, yay. I've been having, for some reason, sorry, you're an angle there. I'm not pissed. I'm not pissing. Yeah, for some reason it wasn't doing anything. So it looks like I am now live. So hello, good morning. If anybody's going to pop along, I rashly said yesterday, oh, I've been shopping and I've got things to show you. And yes, I have. So I've got a viewer. I have a viewer. Make yourself known. Do say hi. I can't bite from this distance. You're screen proofed against me. So I have got some bits and pieces to show. I know we've got the Seller Ladies Live coming up on Friday, so I hope anyone tunes into that, because that's going to be quite interesting. We're going to try and keep it topical, but not offensive. Not easy in these testing times, I can tell you. But we're all part of a community here, caring and sharing, and I will leave that there. Anyway, I must stop poking a situation. It's really nasty. 3 viewers. Well, hello and welcome, whoever you are. You don't have to say hi. I know. All I get is the number. I don't know who you are. There's 4 people. My God, we're going up. Fantastic. I know there's a few of the old regulars who will drop in and watch, and I know Sue, our lovely Sue, is going to be amongst them because she needs a snack and a break. I've been out this morning and I missed Karen Resale's Clothes live stream this morning because I'm quite often out when she's doing her stream. Our days don't tend to run. So I may as well start. Don't want to keep you busy or bore to death of you. Anyone know who this is? It's not me on a bad hair day with my round glasses on. It's Harry Potter. He's a bit faded, I'll give him that. But seeing as he cost me £2.50, he's one of the, I can't show the whole thing because I'm sat down my back against a wardrobe. But this is the pre-movie. So we're talking 2001. Here he is. There's Mr. Potter in all his glory. I think that's where he's chasing keys. Now, I've got to remember, is that the first movie or is it the second movie? It's all in good nick. The labels are so faded off, or this one is. I think they're Zap Creations or one of these, but I have got the official label and all the details where it tells you. This is the way to check. It's all sort of, it says 2001, Harry Potter characters, names and related indicia. Oh, okay. Trademarks of Warner Brothers, 2001. So obviously Warner Brothers have got it, but they haven't started producing the ones with little Daniel Radcliffe's face all over them. So I think I did sell one of these quite some while ago. It was a different version. And I think I did sell it for about £25. This was a £2.50 one. It's a similar, I can't really show you. It's all a bit, it's the one with the keys. He's chasing the keys in that tower. And although I remember seeing it in the movie, I couldn't begin to tell you which one it was. This is the key. This is the tab to look for on the outside. Obviously, it tells you it's an official Harry Potter, or Barry Hotter, as my husband insists on calling him. Yeah, so again, 2001. It's worn, but it's got no holes. I've even sold one of these before that did actually. I had to repair it because I had a bit of a, you know, when a washing machine kind of decides it's going to eat the clothes. Oh, this is plainly what happened. So the washing machine kind of gone and kind of ripped it. And I did the iron-on patch behind. And I said, obviously, I stated it's got faults, but it's being repaired and it will still suffice for anyone who wants it. And I think I sold that for about 23. So the design determines the value. I should show you the back of it is just this lovely Harry Potter sort of key design. It is quite faded, but it's in good order. It's one of the better ones that actually has poppers as a fastening rather than buttons, which I think are just so much easier, as long as you don't lose one. So I should put that over there. I don't think my son will want that one. He has got the more modern Harry Potter stuff, but that's a bit more, well, it's a bit different, isn't it? I'm sitting here with a whole pile of stuff. I've bought all this stuff and it's probably not even going to get listed for another few days. I don't know. Can someone say hello in the chat? Because I don't know if I've got, oh, hang on, I've got top chat, not live. Duh. I'm being a doofus. I'm probably going to see faces now. Ah, Claire Riley. Hello. Lobster pot. Good morning, Lobster. I love that name. I've bought a Valentine's card for my husband that shows a lobster on the front, and it says, "I'm shellfish. I don't want to share you," which I thought was quite sweet. So there we go. Sue, hello, Sue. Tea, toast, and fruit juice at the ready. Happy to oblige. Steve, my favourite. How tall? Steve. How tall? Anyway, I think the last count was 6'9", wasn't it? That's ducking through doorways. Anyway, Steve, I'm loving what. If you don't subscribe to Steve, do. He's very, very nearly leaving his full-time job to become a full-time reseller, and that's something we'll be discussing on the Seller Ladies Live on Friday, about taking that leap and what it takes to do it full-time. And Steve's about to find out, bless him. But he's had some great finds, and the thing is, he's getting more and more happy with every single episode, because he's got about 12 days now, is it? 11 days to go. He's got a countdown calendar. How many sleeps? That's what I would have said to my son. How many sleeps? So he can't wait. But it's a big old thing. It's a big thing. Right, there are 3 hauls today. The first is from my local charity shop. The second is from a newer charity shop I've started going to, which I love. And the third one is another charity shop I went to today, after going to Lidl's and doing my shopping. I made Lobster smile. That's good. Okay, so the first haul from the charity shop near where I go to yoga. I actually only spent £12. Now, this is a weird place because they don't tell you when they're going to have sales. So I popped in there, and the man dressed, who knows who well, said, "You know what? We've got 3 for £5 on everything today." I'm like, that's bloody brilliant. Thank you very much. But there's nothing that tells you it outside or on a website or whatever. It does run the rest of this week, and chances are, if I have some cash flow, which I should do, by Friday I might go back and see what new stuff they've got. So I spent £12 on this, bearing in mind that there are 3 for £5. And I think this first thing will probably easily pay for the lot, because this isn't a label I come across very often, but when I do, I tend to grab it. Max Mara. This was £5, or should have been £5. It plainly wasn't. It would have worked out at £1.75. That suits me. It's actually pure silk, made in Italy, and it's a lovely sleeveless printed silk dress. Not showing these things very well, but it really doesn't look like it's been worn either. It is beautiful, and if it's going to tell me a size, because they don't always. You see, the problem is, if something's my size, I start wanting it, and it's like, but I'm not the sort. I just don't wear this kind of thing. It's not me. It's beautiful, but it's not me. But I did find a label that said it was 100% silk. So that was a very, very nice find. Max Mara. You have Max Mara Studio, which is a diffusion line and slightly less expensive, but Max Mara, the main line, is deeply expensive new, and it does have very good resale value. So that was the first thing. So I think I got 6 items that which worked out at £10, and now I've got 2 off the pound round. Okay, right. You're not going to know. You may not know this name. I have found something from it before. It is a rare one, but if you see this label, I would strongly recommend, as long as it's not silly prices, picking it up. Cise, I think is how it said it. Cise. Exactly. The labels come off a bit. So I've got to tack that back. This actually is a top. And yes, it's black. And yes, it's lovely. But it's got really interesting design feature. It has these sort of panels. Oh, how badly am I showing these? These sort of extra panels. So it's quite weighty. Really nice quality cotton jersey. Button, little keyhole button at the back there. It's drapey, but it's got long sleeves. Now, a lot of people, especially anyone my kind of age, really like long sleeves because they cover up all sorts of things and things nobody wants to look at in the arm area. It was just beautiful. And that label, this is only the second piece I've come across, and I have got one piece which is a more jumpery thing for sale. Yeah, I'm hoping, I haven't done my research on this particular thing, but I know that label goes for quite a lot. But a lot of the stuff I pick up, I think, is the stuff the charity shops generally just miss because it's not the obvious brands. I think, as I've said many, many, many times before, it's about the feel of the quality for me. A design, yes. Pattern, yes. But just how well something's made. Some more chat going on. Dee, welcome, Dee Ketley. That's a new name to me. So welcome, Dee. 15 more sleeps. Oh, I was ahead of myself there. Yes. Steve's going to be climbing the walls by the last few days. 10. How excited on a scale of 1 to 10? 10. Lovely. Oh, a huge pile of shame. Yes, you stockpiling so that you're ready to roll into action on the day. Oh, excuse me. Right, I don't pick up many jeans these days unless there's something special about them. I think that's just a grubby mark, actually. It's funny how things show up more on camera. I think a wet wipe will sort that. These are actually Levi's. And again, I don't pick up every Levi's I see. But these are ladies. They're a 627, which is a straight fit. These would have worked out at 175 again. I'm basically picked them up because they're unusually long. And as a tall person, I know it's not always easy to find things in a longer length. And these are hugely long. They're a small size, admittedly, so they won't be fitting me. But they're very, very long. They're a 34-inch inside leg, which is kind of where I'm at. And especially as anyone who knows about jeans knows, as soon as someone's worn them, they seem to shrink a couple of inches. I'm just digging here just to find the label. Here we go. These actually don't look like they've been worn much. 28 times 34. So I always think it's quite an advantage when your waist size is smaller than your leg length. But yeah, I'm still just about there, but it's not easy. So I'm hoping, because they're in good condition, they're very straight, there's no wear to the hems, and they have stretch in them, which people need in jeans these days, that these will go for a reasonable amount. I haven't researched that particular thing, but being long, I think, makes them more desirable, because when you're tall, there's nothing worse than having jeans halfway up your legs, unless they're supposed to be. So I'm digging here. I'm afraid I've probably bought every piece of cashmere known to man while I was out. Hang on, I'm just having a little look here. Christine Davis, good morning, Christine Davis. Another new name there to me. Sue spells the shame. Heather, have you added the colour and length to your dresses listings? How the bloody hell can we determine mini or knee length? Indeed, yes. Lex is delightfully petite, and I'm not. What I tend to do is, when it comes to colour, I will try and describe it. I will try and find a photo that really is the closest and say it's a bluey green or it's a warm red, or yeah. I try and do that. But I think the proviso goes, yes, of course, your people's monitors are going to show colours differently. In terms of the length, although you have to tick the specific for it now, and I will put if it's knee length or mini or what have you. I mean, I tend to add in my description. I will say this is 34 inches in length. It's a mini. It would be a mini on most people. But the hint there is, do check your measurements, because if you're my height, 34 inches is basically going to be showing your ass. I don't want my backside hanging out of a dress. That's tunic length for me, not dress length. For somebody of a more petite persuasion, Shelley, for example, that would probably be nearly down to her knees. This is beautiful cashmere. It's quite a crop style. It's a lovely mousy grey, and it's so soft. Now, I've not heard of this brand. Oh, am I showing you right? I can't tell if you can see because I'm hiding myself. Scots Royal, 100% pure cashmere, made in Scotland. Again, it's got one of those nice tacked-on labels that's just come detached there. I like the style of this as well. This is clearly. Oh, and now I see it. This is the problem when you're going to a charity shop. There has been a repair. There it is. It's not been done badly. I may try and sell that as is with the repair declared, rather than when I find something that's a bit hideous or worse, I then end up doing them as a crafter's lot. I think somebody would still very much like to wear that. It will reduce its value, but it was in my 3 for a £5, so I'm not crying about that. I'm not mad at that, really. That's not so bad. I can't believe I've got all this cashmere. Very, very happy bunny. Here we go. This is 2, so it's not 2 from Sainsbury's. Yes, Sue's vids are lovely, but it's a big commitment, especially when you're remotely professional, which obviously I'm not, so my commitment is less. And my output is random. This needs a bit of a debobble, but it's one of these sort of little cardigan jobbies. Oops, there we go, with a single button at the top. Is it a button? No, it's a hook and that is literally a hook and an eye, isn't it? Hook and eye, they call that, with the little thingies there. Hook and eye. Again, you know, when you're buying cashmere at this price, I think even if it ends up not being perfect, you're still going to make money. And it's a time thing. I spend a long time in a charity shop because I literally go through pretty much everything. I'm very thorough. If I'm going to make the effort to be there, I'm going to look at everything because I know I'm going to miss something. That feels lovely and soft. It's not been shrunk. It's beautiful, and it would have been the equivalent of £1.75. So that's good. And another piece of cashmere. I know. This is John Lewis Women's. Now, this says it's a 16. I'm not entirely convinced. If it has been shrunk, it's still incredibly soft. What I will do is say, label says 16, the cashmere is still soft, but it may be a snug fit. And I put the measurements, but the colour of this, oh, actually, the colour of that doesn't show anywhere near as good. It's actually almost a turquoise, and that's looking very miserable, isn't it? But it's beautiful. And these little cardies, people want these for spring and what passes for summer. There's bobbling, of course. I will be happily defuzzing. You never find cashmere. It does go in fits and starts. It really does. In fact, there was a load of Bowden in one shop this morning, but it was the tops and sort of quite oldie-fashioned cardigans. And although they were in nice condition, they were asking sort of £4 for them. And I'm really trying to buy things at the right price because I don't want to sell more stuff. I want to sell the amount of stuff I'm selling now, maybe a bit more, but higher prices. Because I've only got so many hours in a day, and I'm beginning to sort of get to the peak of my performance, as it were. The peak of my performance. That is lovely, though. That is so beautiful. If I could wear wool, I'd probably want to wear that. But I'm a non-wool person. Now, 2 other things that I found from the shop are, again, a brand I don't see very often, but it's a goodie. If you see these, check them out. Brora. I know you can get dresses in this. This is wool. And this was rather lovely. Little jumper. Bit of the old Nordic going on. And it's got quite nice, whatever style of knit that is at the top there. I know nothing about knitting. But these are 100% wool. Yes, they are. It says you can delicate clean wash, but obviously not tumble dry, because otherwise you'll end up with something that fits a teddy bear. Again, the size is mysteriously missing from this, but there we go. That's quite nice. I don't know what these go for again, but I know Brora is a good brand. I mean, if you find cashmere in Brora, you really are laughing. And another one, 2. Whether it's the same person donating, I'm not sure. Nice big buttons on this one. Now, this one definitely has shrunk a little. You can sort of tell from that kind of reshaping of the buttons there. It's shrunk a bit. Whatever size that's meant to be, it's felted a very little. It's still nice and soft, but I will declare that it may be a little shrunk and that it will now fit a size 10 possibly. I would say it's probably a 10 now. It may have once been a 10. Oh, okay. So it hasn't shrunk much. Maybe an 8 to 10, but that's rather pretty. Again, I'm not very good with wool. I can't wear it myself, and I haven't found any holes in those. Although, of course, when I go through, look at them more closely to photograph, I may well find one. So all of that little bundle, which I am going to put neatly away because I'm not going to get to list these for a little while. I really want to get those jumpers on though, quite quick, in case we have another cold snap. But I don't mind sort of stocking up on them now because 6-7 months time autumn comes back around, doesn't it? Which I know sounds a bit depressing, but it's good to have some stock ready to go. That's so lovely. And it's a thinking ahead, you know, I haven't got a lot of room to store stock, but sometimes you just think it's worth it when you've got Cashmere and, you know, high-end brands. They are going to be slower moving unless you're pricing extremely low. They are going to take their time to find the right owner, but it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. And as Nick always says, no, I'm not in the storage business, but I'm certainly not giving it away either. So far it works. So that was that little bundle, £12 spent. £12. Was it £12 for all of that? Dear God. Yeah, I suppose it must have been. I keep thinking, have I got the wrong bag because that's too good. Go me. That was a real find anyway. I was happy bunny. Right. Next little bundle. In here. This was from a different charity shop. Have I got all this right? You know how you sort of think to yourself, have I got this right or wrong? I don't know. Anyway. This one I spent a lot more in, I think. Or did I? Maybe I've muddled the bundles up. Anyway, so £12 spend on those. Then I spent 34 in the next shop. So if I've transposed these around because I'm a silly idiot, we're still looking at £46 worth of spend on these two lots. This, I want this. I may keep this. Velvet. Burgundy colour. Long, long, long maxi skirt. And the icing on the cake is it's fully lined and it's by Calico. And I know there's a lot of people that quite like Calico. It says it's an 18. It isn't. It's probably quite vintage, but it hasn't actually been worn much. And it, apart from, instead of being an absolutely straight skirt, which is what I was sort of expecting, it does have a kind of a gather at the back, so it kicks. It's really rather lovely. I'm very tempted to keep that for myself because look, it's my colour. I love velvet. Yeah. How much was that? According to the price ticket on it, if I did pay this, £3. Now, as soon as I saw this, I didn't care what it was. I saw the colour. I saw it was something long. I made a beeline for it. It was like, oh, yes. Now, the only thing is the hems come down, but I can sew the hem up, and that is a silk blend. So it's not just polyester, which is rather nice. What if these ones are 3? 5? Yeah, this is the batch I spent £12 on because I'm thinking, oh, with all that cashmere in it, yes, spending £34 on all of that was fine. So there we go. Right, silly me. Now I picked this up because I thought it was so quirky, and it just looks like a regular black dress, which it is, but it's a bit vintage style. See, it's modest, or modest around the top end. Anyway, it's not. And the back of it actually has all these buttons. It's funny, you know. I see someone like Lex wearing it because it's just got that sort of slightly mod kind of 60s vibe about it. Really cool. I haven't researched the brand again because what's in this bag is actually what cost me £12 in total. I thought it was worth finding out. This is why I like a punt. And this is a brand called Doncaster. Doncaster? Yeah, Doncaster Collection. Who knows? 8 petite, but bizarrely it's got wool in it as well as viscose. You'd never know there was wool in it because it's shiny. Shiny, shiny. But I like the style, and I rather hope that somebody else will rather like the style. It is an 8 petite though, so it's going to be a small person who likes that style. Oh, I'm missing the chat. Oh gosh, here we go. Staring down here. Strange question. Does anyone know how to get the furring out of a kettle, etc.? Ah, yes. I think you can use. Yeah, isn't it bicarbonate of soda or vinegar? Vinegar. There you go. White vinegar. Kettle tea. I love that name, kettle tea. It does sound like a kettle. Kettle tea. Fantastic. Yeah, white vinegar, I guess, as opposed to the brown stuff that people sometimes put on their fish and chips. And again, with things at this price, I was taking punts because I saw something and thought, hey, you know, basically it's cost me £1 and a bit. I like the design of this. This is what stood out. Oops. Like, I thought that's quite nice and geometric. It's actually like a sports run top, and it's got the very fashionable mesh feature in the sleeve. It's kind of like a little quarter zip at the front, pop over style. And again, this is a new brand to me. I'm not saying pick it up, but it's a good, decent quality, Bet and Court. I think it's more of an American brand than one here, but this being quite a big size as well, I thought, you know what, people are still on their keep fit kicks, aren't they? No, I don't have a Fitbit. I'm not going to have a Fitbit. I don't need that stress in my life. I'm trying to see the size now, and it's not telling me. Oh, that's annoying. Maybe it tells me at the top. I remember thinking it's a big XL. There we go. Obviously, I'll put measurements in, but I think someone would rather enjoy that, maybe on top of a yoga kit or something like that. So, onwards. Where's Lex? I got a vintage dress. I think Lex is working today, actually, isn't she? Because I know, yeah, Wednesdays. I think Wednesdays are one of her big days at work. But I loved this. Now it's still got the old lady's name in it. M. Humphreys. At least I'm assuming that's a lady. I could be wrong. But I love this. I saw this in there when they were asking £6 for it. Yeah, they asked £6.50. Oh, and then it was £4.50. And I didn't buy it because I wasn't sure. But it's beautiful. It's a maxi dress. Pure polyester, of course. Sparking. Not so much sparking joy as sparking static electricity, I feel there. But that sparks joy when I saw it. I love this kind of style it's very small and petite. It's going to fit. I mean, hopefully it'll fit on Edna. And it's got the ruching in the middle, so she might get it on over her non-existent head. But I think that'll do well. A nice sort of party maxi dress with that kind of 70s vibe going on. Yes, Lobster. Yes, definitely one has to. This is why I was getting confused, because I've got Cashmere in here as well in my £12 purchase, which is beyond extraordinary. This was Marks and Spencer's. It's black. Yay. It's a men's one. Actually, it's a nice men's one. I don't think I can see any holes. Some of our charity shops are very poorly lit, though, it has to be said, and it's very difficult to find in them. Just a plain round neck one. It really doesn't look. I mean, it has been worn a little because there's a little bobbling, but it's in very, very nice condition. Men do like a cashmere jumper as well. So that's kind of really when I started buying men's clothing, because I noticed the jumpers and thought, yeah, why not? Okay, so that's all the 3 for £5. And then, now these I wasn't sure whether I'd wear these in the summer or not. And they're a brand I remember from a long while ago. I don't know if they go for much. They probably don't. Gloria Vanderbilt. With sparkly pockets for a sparkly bum. But they're sort of capri. Well, they'll be just below the knee on me, so that's fine. They're a bit fadey blue. I'm normally a black person, but I thought, you know what? I might just venture into colour for the summer. And I'll research them anyway, because if they're worth a decent amount, I might flog them anyhow. Gloria Vanderbilt, I remember her jeans being a bit of a thing in the early 80s, was it? Or was it late 70s? And they have stretch in them as well, so that should be all right. In fact, they said they were 10, but they're plainly not, because they're an American brand, so they just have that little bit more. Does it have a label? Does what have a label? Is that this one? Do you want to have a look? There we go. I don't know if I show that. Gloria Vanderbilt 10, and it's the Jordan. See, I like it when they put the style in, then you know what's what. Jordan capri. I suppose they're capris or pedal pushers. More like pedal pushers on me anyway. But in summer, it's quite nice to have at least a bit of your leg out. And now from Pamela, the 2 items that I picked up this, which I'd seen in their shop before and left, because it was costing too much. But again, it's beautiful. This is really heavy beadwork. It's not missing any beads. I like anything that's a bit tie-dye and a bit sort of hippified. It's like a beach cover-up. The brand isn't a particularly good brand, I don't think. I don't think this is a brand of any sort, Savoir. I just really like the style of it, and I thought it was quite floaty and good. What size is it though? So often with these floaty ones, people take the little label out, the care labels out, because obviously it looks really eek. But they've left this one in. Don't think it's been worn. That says it's a size 16, so in theory that should fit me. Easily, obviously, not a size 16. Anyway, so you can see how tempted I've been. I've been very tempted. And this, because it's Bowden. It's Bowden, it's on the pandrail, it's a man's corduroy jacket. Great for spring, summer, stroke autumn. Nothing wrong with it. You kind of get to know Bowden's style, don't you? There's obviously a great bloody label. And it's a 42 long. My husband's not the sort of chap who would wear a jacket, but finding a long one is quite unusual again. It's things like the sleeve length. When you're tall, like my husband, he's got very long arms. Obviously, you have arms in proportion to your body, but he is tall, he's got long arms, he's got long legs. And finding things that actually come to the right place, because you can't bear having sleeve here when it's supposed to be here. The vintage dress. Oh, the vintage dress. All right, darling. Yes. Thank you. Sorry, the chat's a little behind, isn't it? Or I'm a bit behind with the chat. The only label it's got is M. Humphreys. And I looked at it carefully to think, well, is it homemade? Actually, if I turn it inside out, I might see a label. Couldn't see one when I was in the shop. It clearly used to have one, and someone cut it out. And it's annoying because it could be something really nice. But I may try and reverse image it if I take a picture and then try and do a reverse image search. I can't remember how to do that now, but if anyone remembers, do tell me. If you can take your own picture of something and then try and find it. Yeah, it had a label and it's gone. If there's enough of it left for me to see. No, it's just a satiny sort of remnant. No hint there as to what that was, because some labels do go for good money. Oh, no notification. Oh, Maria, you've missed 2 out of the 3 hauls, but you're welcome to go back and backtrack if you really want to. Yes, actually, I'll fold these things back up because we're having our sash windows. Oh, it's boring aside, really, isn't it? But we're having our sash windows refurbished so that they are double glazed, but they are still the original windows. Because I live in a little, well, it's not that little actually, but I live in an end of terrace Victorian house, and I couldn't bear to have the windows ripped out and have plastic put in. I couldn't do it to this house. And actually, in terms of cost, it's not really any more expensive to have them refurbish the sash windows that we have. They're not all sash windows, obviously, so that we don't get howling drafts coming through when we're trying to work. And it will make the house a bit more energy efficient. Oh, sorry, it's the wool. Ugh. I get itchy nose when there's wool about. Love. So, will I keep it? I say I'll keep it. I try things on and then I put it in the wardrobe for a couple of weeks and I go, nah. Oh, bless you, Maria. Well, thank you for joining us anyway. I think it's because I'm a bit random with when I do things. I much as I'd like to write, I'm going to be every whatever morning, I can't do it because my life doesn't work that way. And I don't want to disappoint by saying I'm going to do something and then not doing it. So I'd rather exceed expectations than disappoint. That's the way I look at it anyway. So that's a total of £46 spent on those 2 things. So that was yesterday's spending, which actually that's a lot for me to spend in a day. Shelley, who can spend a hell of a lot more. But, you know, I do suffer a bit of the same thing here because we're in the south. Yes, we get some bloody good stuff, it's true, but sometimes the prices they put on them in the charity shops make your eyes water. You'll watch later. You're doing lunch for the dears at the church today. Well, I hope they enjoy and appreciate having their lunch. All right, tell you bye, Karen. Have a good afternoon. I'll catch up on yours later because I didn't get to watch yours because I was out doing this. Ah, what busy lives we lead. Right, today, 13th February. Yes, I've spent £16 on this next little batch. So we're looking at everything here is about £60. And I think, how many hundreds am I going to make out of these if they all go for the right prices? That's what we're looking for. So with that in mind, I found a sea salt dress. Yay. Everyone knows about sea salt now, I'm hoping. Sea salt Cornwall. I like this dress. I mean, it's not me, but it's needle cord. The colour's a little brighter on camera than it is actually in real life. It's very, very... Oh, it's blue, but with this sort of goldy colour, which looks more yellow on the screen. This is a size 10, so I won't be wearing it. It dresses with pockets, over leggings, super style. Shouldn't hang around for long. Don't know what the price is on this. I haven't done comps on anything. I haven't had a chance. A couple of threads I need to take care of. And some dust. Ugh, bonus dust. So I did pay a £5 for that. But, you know, sea salt, and particularly in a good design or something that's popular, you know, is going to get you 30. So it's worth it. I picked up this monsoon dress. Again, I don't pick up everything monsoon, but this hasn't been worn. You can tell from the feel of something it's got that new, hasn't got its tags, and I'm very, very careful. I will not say something is new without its tags unless I can truly, truly believe that to be the case. But this is a rather nice dress, long sleeved, geometric, patterning's quite good, not too fussy, good for the spring, I would say. And it's in a 12, which is a good size. And yes, I paid £5 for this because of its condition. If it hadn't been obviously not worn, I would have probably passed at that price. What happens is I go around there, and then eventually I have to sometimes wait for stuff to come to the pound rail. And I'm like, thank you, I'll have that. Right, these are off the pound rail. Everything else here was from the pound rail. I picked these up because they're brand new with tags. They are maternity trousers, and yes, people are pregnant in summer, so they're actually a size 6, but they're 6 long. And they're just these sort of overbump, underbump. I'm not quite sure how that works. A round bump, just sort of lighter weight trousers. So I thought they'll probably go, and for £1, you know, I like to get 15 for something if I can, even if I've only paid £1 for it, just because of all the palaver you go through. Now this, I bought this by feel. It's got that linen feel, and look, the label's gone. Can you guess what brand it might be? Who does this sort of stuff? We should have a quiz, shouldn't we? Guess the brand. And then when I looked at the label, not only did I find out it was 100% linen, but it is actually, oh no, you can't see. Oh, no, you really can't see. It is actually sea salt. I've got something similar that I bought the other day, so I kind of knew it was going to be sea salt. And it feels like it's just hardly been worn. It's in super condition. And a really nice colour as well. It's that sort of greeny blue, faded off look. So I was very pleased with that. I mean, 100% linen and sea salt should go for reasonable money. I picked this up because it was £1. It was a bit of a gamble, but it's a man's jacket in a fashionable style, 2-button front, single vent at the back, which is a modern style rather than vintage. It's a wool blend. I probably wouldn't have gone out of my way to pick this up if it hadn't been on the pound rail, but it's a slim fit, which of course is very much the thing, to wear jackets that are far too small for you. It's a 44, I think. It's by Jack and Jones. Now, I didn't see Jack and Jones, I just saw this, which is where the wool comes from, but this actually tells it. I don't think Jack and Jones is an amazing make, but Jack and Jones Premium. Now, this one I did look up a little bit, and I think I can probably get 25 for that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's in beautiful condition, and it was £1. So I'm going to try. I'll shoot for 25 on it. I'd rather go a bit higher and then come down if it doesn't go anywhere. But being modern, being slim fit, being a good size, you know, not a tiny size, there's every chance that someone will want that. Still on the pound rail, guess the brand. It would really, wouldn't it? But then I wouldn't want to have to cut the label. I suppose, yeah, you could sort of hold something up and say, right, guess the brand. We could have a quiz on that. Maybe I'll arrange it for the week that I do it. Maybe I'll dig up a few things that you haven't seen, cover up the labels, and we'll have a guess the brand on I don't know, a dozen of them. Maybe we can do that. And also it's a learning thing too. It's a good way to learn. It'll have to be on brands that people know or are likely to know. This I wouldn't normally bother with M&S, but it's autograph weekend, and it's a tunic dress with pockets, 3/4 sleeves. It's in nice condition. It's an inoffensive design, and it is actually in quite a big size. So those things all together kind of add up to especially when you paid £1 for it, should end up to a reasonable return. Oh, can I find the bloody label? I have to remember that with M&S, they always put their labels somewhere near the top. Oh, this is entertaining television for you, isn't it? Me burrowing into a rather voluminous, very voluminous top. I think it's something like a... Here we go. It's a 22. So that's a really good size. And I just think that's such a nice design. It's pretty. And, you know, finding stylish and prettier clothes in a bigger size, I think must be a real struggle. You know, people have got my every sympathy when shops just don't seem to stock. Right, the very last item. How long have I been yattering for nearly 3/4 of an hour? Good God. Right, here's the very last one. This was also off the pound rail this morning. And I mean, the brand debut, I think is that Debenhams or somewhere, but it's one of these little velvet velour shruggy things. I'll pick them up if they're cheap enough. There was a time when you could get really good money for all sorts of shrugs. I think perhaps that's gone a little off the boil. Maybe we've saturated the market. Maybe too many of us are doing them. But you know what? That's a nice velvety one with a bit of a sweet button there. So I think that's a fair size as well, actually. Let's have a look. Oh, no, it's a 10. But it's stretchy. And the thing is, these go over prom dresses and summer dresses. So that should be good. You could one item each, guess the price achieved on eBay. Oh, but then you get people looking it up, see. You get people kind of going, yeah. But just the thing of guessing what brand it is, I think would be quite fun, because we do sort of get to a stage where you can kind of spot certain brands a mile off. Hello, Ginger Witch. Hello and welcome. I'm afraid you pretty much missed it. I gather notifications weren't working today. Andrea, hello. It could be Nick tuning in for clothes, but I'm guessing that's Andrea. Hello and welcome. Yeah, so it's a good haul there. And like I say, I spent that £60 in total on all of those items, of which there were too many to count. Most of them were pretty sensible rates. Lots of cashmere, lots of wool. Of course, people are clearing out now, so that's a good time. Hello, me too. That is Nick. Oh, okay. Hello, Andrea. Hello, Nick. Blimey, I am most honoured with both of you, and you've tuned in right at the end. Notifications, eh? What a waste of time they are, because they plainly don't work. But I was having trouble going live in the beginning, actually. I was having real tech issues, and I kept pressing buttons and then getting circles that do that. Yes. Really shouldn't do things like that on the screen. That's not right. So, oh dear God. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the haul. Can I start again? No, I can't start again, Nick. I couldn't remember what I've said. I don't even remember what I did this morning. But I've been out hunting stuff and I really don't need to, but there's good shit out there, because basically Marie Kondo, or whatever she's called, seems to have sparked an awful lot of joy for me, in that people are kicking out their old stuff. So, and I'm loving it. The charity shops are having to have sales, having to discount, having to get rid of stuff because they're drowning in it. They certainly are down my neck of the woods. I hope they are everywhere else. Excuse the rustling. But, you know, and some of the stuff really doesn't appear to have been worn. So I think there's this whole thing. Lex, you've tuned in right at the last minute. Right at the very last minute. Where is my vintage dress? I had a vintage dress as well that the label had gone from. So I yeah, it was really cute though. A very cute dress. So everyone, yes, it's timing, isn't it? Have you just finished work, Lex? Did you work this morning, or have you come home for lunch? Which is quite a luxury to be able to come home for lunch. But yes, we were talking about maybe having a bit of a quiz where you get some clothes and cover the labels up and just see if people can guess the brands. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll do that the week I'm hosting it and dig out some items that nobody's seen and see, can you spot, you know, making good brands and good finds so that you know what to look for just by looking at the design or the patterns. Late at the party. Yes, Sue's been here all the way through. Top marks, gold star to Sue. She was here right from the beginning because she needed a break. I'm only guessing that you lot probably will need to get back to work because looking at what I'm looking at in here. Now maybe Andrea and Nick will know. I know you're Harry Potter fans, so I'm going to ask you a question. I've got this Harry Potter duvet set. Which one is the one where he does this thing with the keys? Is that the first book or the second book? I know it's one of the earlier ones when he's little. But if you know which one it is, I don't think it's the Philosopher's Stone. I think it might be one of them afterwards. You've been steaming princess dresses. Chamber of Secrets. Oh, Lex, you knew. Chamber of Secrets. Now, is that the second one? Is that the second one? You think? The second one. Well, thank you for that, because this is, like I say, this is the pre-movies, because obviously this is not Daniel Radcliffe. I mean, not even close. It's got hair like my son. My son's hair does that, sort of all goes in 50,000 directions without any conscious effort. But thankfully, he doesn't wear glasses because he looked too much of a dead ringer, apart from being 3 times the size of the original Daniel Radcliffe, who was extraordinarily small. Is it the first one? Now there we go. If anyone ever does find out, please leave a comment below. I have got the duvet cover with it. Yes, Nick. I thought it's very faded, but actually I don't think it is particularly. I think it's the style. So I've got that. Oh God, I'm making like a meal of this, aren't I? Because I'm sat on the floor. There we go. Harry Potter. Yes. Was it Harry Potter? That's what Alex calls it. Harry Potter. No idea now. You're going to have to watch it again. So you think it might be the very first one with the keys? I know it's one of the early ones because he's absolutely tiny. I mean, he's still absolutely tiny, isn't he? Really, bless him. But you see the size of him next to Hagrid and you think, gosh, he must have been about 3 foot tall when he was 11. So, yeah, I might have to flick through the books and see. That should sell well. Yeah, that was £2.50. So hairs and white ones. So yeah, I'm got high hopes for that. But I've had a bit of a Cashmere day. Lex, I've had a bit of a Cashmere day. I've had sea salt. I've had Cashmere. I've had Brora, which I can never say without it sounding peculiar. A couple of jumpers from Brora. A little bit of Bowden. The stuff I left behind was more. There was a load of Bowden, but it was just not overpriced, because if you were going there to buy it for yourself, that would be absolutely glorious. But the thing is, for reselling, tops only go for so much. You know, this is the thing. And I'm having to have an auction on a lot of tops because I've got too many. I've got to show you this, Lex. Now. It's velvet and it's red and it's a long, long, long skirt with a hem that needs sewing up, and I think I'm going to keep this for me, at least for a while. I'm going to borrow my stock because it's beautiful and I want to wear it. Now I need to go somewhere to wear it. Cashmere makes you think of Led Zeppelin. I don't understand that. You've never seen Bora before. Bora's, yeah. Cap it now. Where's it gone? Right. Oh, just for Lex. I know she's got to go back for lunch. This was the dress. Here we go. With the smocking. Yeah. And it's a maxi. But it's tiny. It really is tiny. It's probably going to fit a size 8 to 10. If it'll go on my Edna. You think it's the... Oh, thank you, Sue. I will double check, but I think it might be the very first one because it says 2001. Very 70s. The inner label's gone. Yeah, there's no inner label, so I don't know who made it. Sorry, digging around here. Yes, these were the Brora ones. For those who haven't seen Brora, I've had a dress of theirs before, and I know they do all sorts of things. But that's the label, Brora. This was lovely. This is a really turquoisey blue, and they're very soft. They are 100% wool with all that on the bottom. So yeah, you can always go back and watch for the full story because I don't want to go through it all again. I'd bore myself, never mind you lot. One of their classic songs. Right, yes. Led Zeppelin. I missed. I think the artwork on the albums is super, but I just missed the big sort of heavy metal thing, the big kind of prog rock sort of stuff, because I was a child of the 80s. So. Well, not a child of the 80s, a grown up of the 80s. Oh man, how confusing is all that? So there we go. That is the lot. I do find good stuff, but I can go out some days and come back with next to nothing. I mean, this is the thing. You know, I really have reined myself in about overbuying on stuff, and I've got good contacts now. I've got good shops, but it's saying to people when they ask you advice, it's like, I'm in my 3rd year of doing this now, and I know I've got a photographic memory. We've had this conversation. I know I do, and that makes it a hell of a lot easier. But it's still taken me a long time, and I am full time now, without a doubt. If I was a bit part-time the first year, you know, I really cranked it up halfway through my first year. So I've been going this for a while now, and it is hard work. And there are times the air will turn slightly blue if I'm trying to package something awkward or I can't find something. But I am in the process of reorganising my stockroom because I have to, so I can get to the window to refurbish the window. But it means I'm actually trying to go through everything and improve it. So cashmere neck as in the place. Oh, as opposed to cashmere, the fabric. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, but I don't know where that came from. I do this. I'll see something and I'll know there's something. I'll know it's something, but I couldn't begin to tell you where I got Laura Baggiotti from. God only knows. I don't think I've ever found anything like that myself. But the universe provides. I'm going to go all hippie on everybody now, and that's a dangerous place to go, as we know. Topical, walking away from the topical subjects. Yes, what are you doing here, Sue? I remember you. It's okay, you're allowed. Yeah, hippie commune. Yeah, yes, we can't go there. We can't get into that. I'm going to get myself in an awful lot of trouble, and I can't take the hate. I'm just not up for it, really. I'm too chicken. So I'm going to say farewell. It's been lovely seeing you all. At least I got the proper chat up and finally noticed you up there. I'm going to have fun double checking that is the very first Harry Potter. And I'll probably get around to photographing these at some point. So thank you very much for joining me and all that jazz. I hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. Good hunting, because the stuff's out there. People are condoing and getting rid of their stuff that no longer sparks joy. So it should spark joy and spark coin for you. So happy hunting, guys. Bye.